Do my best to get somebody to go, oh, well, that's an interesting looking book.
I find the same, sometimes you don't, really know much.
It's just interesting to know what you need.
And as far as the interior artists doing the cover art, I've also found like even some of the greatest interior artists completely suck
single
at doing
illustration
the
stuff
cover.
is a totally different discipline, I think.
Yeah,
anyway.
they just, when they do a cover, it's just like, oh, what the hell happened? Like they just, some people are good at one thing.
Okay, so as cover artists then,
I'm sitting right here, dude.
who would you guys rate then as top-notch guys, cover art wise? And from any time?
God, right now, David, is it Aha?
David, the Spanish guy.
Yeah.
Very graphic design.
Yeah, he's kind of pushing it like the way I used to push it. And I'm kind of like...
Real good. I'm here all week.
But yeah, every time he's got like a Daredevil cover. Who's the other Daredevil cover?
Foreign name, kind of Italian name. It's the real old school ink stuff. Who's the guy on Daredevil now? Who? Yeah, Paolo Rivera.
Yeah, he's very, once again,
More conceptual.
Yeah, but I dig that.
I thought his stuff was great. Yeah.
I mean, to me, a cover, like when I was in art school, we learned about billboards. And billboards, the rule is if you can't understand a billboard within 5 seconds, then you're going to drive off the road.
Yeah.
So the billboard is a failure, and that's kind of my approach to covers.
Couldn't try.
I would see covers with a million details and a million colors,
That's too busy then.
But from 10 feet away, tell me what that cover is, and you can't. And I started getting more simple with my stuff and more power.
Yeah.
And I just want that immediate reaction. Go, oh, I get that.
Well, I think you both have got to the point where it's very recognizable stuff, even from a distance. Which I guess is what you trade on. I mean, if someone knows that's a Dave Johnson cover, that's your bread and butter, so that people demand it or whatever. So you've obviously nailed it. I've got it to a fine point. Well, no, I think it's fair to say. Both of you.
I'm trying to find...
I was going to say, are you looking up guys you like or don't like?
I'm not trying to find something that's like...
I was trying to find something you actually like.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
Adam Hughes?
Adam's pretty good.
Oh. I don't know who else.
I just can't remember his name.
Massimo Carnevale.
Carnevale's great.
Yeah.
See his movie stuff on his blog, or he's just taking his own stuff. He's done Dex covers on. He did Conan's is gorgeous. And he did what's Brian Wood's Northlanders. Amazing.
Yeah, Conan. He's doing some Dark Horse stuff.
Yeah.
That guy. I mean. And he can do incredibly wonderful.
Is he all digital
interiors
or is
as well.
that practical or how's
It's all of the above.
Right.
I mean, he can. Yeah, he just really pisses me off. I mean, he can do anything. That's amazing. It's really inspiring.
I mean, Jock, the Detective Comics cover with the Joker, the bats coming out of his eyes. I mean, the fact that he didn't get nominated that year for an Eisner pissed me off to no end. I mean, that cover alone. I mean, that to me is the epitome of a good cover.
It was definitely the most recognizable back cover of that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You couldn't walk by and see that cover and not at least stare at it.
Yeah, like the execution or not, it was iconic. I mean, there's no arguing the fact that it grabbed you from across the room.
I mean, it's going to be in those books about good covers, and the fact that he wasn't even recognized. I didn't care about him getting nominated. I was more mad that he didn't get nominated. So.
Is there a cover artists union?
No.
Do you guys have any sort of a book club or?
Well, I do a pick and draw.
Right, yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. It really seems like there's a lot of good cover artists coming up now. I mean, to the point where.
So you think the quality? The quality in general is good? Then?
Huh?
You think in general the quality of cover artists is currently good?
Yeah. There's so many good ones out, but then you still got guys like Rob Liefeld or whatever.
Well, I was going to ask Tommy the same question. Do you think
he
the
just
quality?
draws a figure, and I'm like, what? That's
Oh,
not
we
a
know.
cover. That's
You're
a
getting into a whole different argument there. If you're going to tackle the Liefeld, come on.
Well, yeah, easy stuff. You what? I can't.
Can I roll with this, or hasn't he retired?
No, I wish
Has he retired? He's melted down.
I think he's doing more than ever now.
Yeah.
I'm not such a
I mean,
no.
DC gave him $3 for crying out loud.
Hasn't Hasn't he left
I
all of
can't
them
believe
now?
he won, you know?
I think he cut
Well, yeah,
he
he
burnt
left.
those bridges.
He quit, I guess. Walked out.
As people got to like take some questions, and I don't know if we
Sure.
should.
You might have to translate.
It's on the wrong wire.
For
I'll try.
accents.
Anyone have a question? Because I'm not getting up for nothing. I'm serious. So anyway, shout it, I guess. I mean,
All right, I've got a question.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, just for both of you generally on. I was caught up, like probably you, with look at the Silver Age covers, which are, if you like, more illustrative, like Infantino's Flash covers, Kirby's Fantastic Four covers,
Yeah.
Ditko's Spidey covers, probably less so, but they're quite illustrative and, if you like, come out of the artwork of the comic. Whereas, particularly you Dave, you have a more graphic approach. You Tommy, your covers tend to also merge out your own artwork and narratives. So I just wondered, what's your view on, say, like a 60s Infantino Flash cover versus a Dave Johnson, your one?
I love that stuff because it's designy, but it also tells a story. And I think it has a good sense of design. They really knew what they were doing. But I think a lot of guys who do those illustrative, what I call panel covers,
Right.
it just looks like a panel. It doesn't have a cohesive, here's a, it's like a vibe, like there's something powerful the way they used to do it in the Silver Age that I don't see necessarily translated a lot of times. Modern guys who do a panel out of the book kind of a cover.
Yeah.
I like them. I just haven't had a lot of opportunity, or it just didn't feel right to do them. Like I'm supposed to do some FF covers, and I was thinking about doing a more Silver Age kind of way. We'll see.
Yeah, I have a hard time figuring out how to do comic covers because my education was so much more in illustration, like traditional classical illustration. So there's the single image things that always would come to my mind were like Bob Peak and Austin Briggs and Billy Hughes and all these guys that were more magazine guys, and all that was story illustrations. So I've never been really good at dynamic, kind of. And speaking of dynamic, one of my teachers at school was Bern Hogarth.
Oh,
And so dynamic figure drawing, dynamic light and shade, dynamic, whatever. So, but it was so great. But he helped me a lot with that when I was in school, and learning how to, he knew every muscle, every bone, and we would draw from the model every day. And then what we would do is he would have us drawing from the model, but then encourage you to now make it your own, make it dynamic, make it, so I took a lot from that when I got into doing more comics I do loads and loads of research and it's all very reference heavy kind of work, but then how do I take it to the next level and make it all my own, and I got a lot of that from Bern.